Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudev ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Shmad Bhaktivedānta Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Pad Ashtarashata Shmad Bhaktivedānta Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtarashata Shmad Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtarashata Shmad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtarashata Shmad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Mahabhagavat Shloka ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nitil Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gupta Shaghunath Sharda Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaurpar Vrinda ki jai. Nam Acharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se ho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandal Gaura Mandal Vraja Mandal Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund ki jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Rani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Papa Mochani Akadashi Tithi ki jai. Tithi Palan Kari Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Bhakti Janani Akadashi Tithi ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Hari Bol, everybody. Dandavat Pranam. So now we are continuing on. What happened? My iPad just froze. Give me 1 second. It's so strange. Later. Okay. There. Okay, so we're continuing on with the second part of this 8th chapter. And when we finish this, then the very last chapter of the book is about Akadashi, so I thought we could read that also. Preparation for the... Oh, let me see if now I can see everybody who's there. Dandavat Pranams, Raseshwari Mataji, Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji. Yes, you made it. Madhavi Didi and Nutan Perry. Very go, everybody. Preparation for the Lord's Advent. Shri Advaita Acharya is the manifestation of Mahavishnu in Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. Some manifestation of Mahavishnu is present in all yugas. So why did Advaita Acharya call for Krishna himself to descend? As one who is aware of past, present, and future, Advaita Acharya knew that his Lord wanted to taste of Vraj Prem. He knew that Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would advent himself, but he did not know exactly when, and he wondered why he had not yet appeared. He worshipped Shri Krishna by offering tulsi and Ganga water to his lotus feet, and by crying out with his heart, "O Krishna, come at once." Shri Krishna will not hear our prayers by worship alone, but by our heartfelt crying out like Advaita Acharya did. This is real kirtan. The kirtan of Advaita Acharya shook the entire world, and therefore Shri Krishna decided to come immediately. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took birth in Sri Mayapur, Advaita Acharya Prabhu was more than 60 years old. Before the Lord's birth, he had spent many years touring kirtas in North, South, East, and West India, including the pastime places of Sri Krishna and Sri Vrindavan. From Vrindavan, he went to Mithila, the birthplace of Sita Devi in Janakpur. When he reached the outskirts of the city, he saw a very effulgent old man lying down and resting his head on the root of a tree. The man was absorbed in an internal mood and was not influenced by his external senses. Tears streamed from his eyes in a very heartfelt way as he was singing a kirtan. Tatala saikate bari bindu sama sutamitra ramani samajate. Oh God, I need to look this up. Sutramitra Ramani Samaje. I think Tohe should go down here. Tohari vasari mana tahe samarpala abmajoha bokon kaje. O Lord, completely forgetting you, I have offered my mind unto the society of women, children, and friends, and this experience has been just like offering a drop of water onto the burning hot sands of the beach. How can I possibly be relieved of this great misery? Vidyapati. He is saying here that his heart feels like a desert. We can see the example of deserts such as those in Australia, Africa, and the Arab countries. The summer sun makes the sand there so hot that if one plants a seed, it pops immediately like puffed rice. In that condition, the deer and other animals cannot survive. They die at once. When a drop of rain falls on that desert, it vaporizes and burns like steam, just as a sprinkle of water will sizzle, splash, and burn anywhere, and it will burn anyone near it when it falls on boiling oil. Similarly, our heart is like a desert. Any drop of happiness coming from our spouse or children may seem pleasant at first. However, like boiling steam or water on oil, it burns us. The effulgent person was weeping. "O Krishna, having forgotten you, I am under the influence that these poisonous attachments are natural for me. Throughout the day, I am absorbed in my wife and children. I waste all my time in useless, silly, nonsensical, and destructive activities. Now I have become old, and I do not know how to perform bhajan. And I do not know how to do bhajan. O Krishna, save me, save me." From a distance, Advaita Acharya stood silently, taking that man's darshan. He could see that the man was a Mahapurush, a fully self-realized soul. Otherwise, he would not have been able to express such spiritual emotions. Advaita Acharya walked over to him and offered him obeisances. "Who are you?" he asked. "I am a bogus person," the man replied. "I have wasted my life, my whole life, and now I am 100 years old. What shall I do?" Previously, this great person had been a special kavi, a poet in the king's council, as Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was, and he had received great respect even from kings. He had enjoyed a beautiful wife and many children, but in his last days he lamented that he had wasted his life. At that time, he wrote many songs describing Krishna's pastimes, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to hear these songs when he lived in the Gambhira. There in the Gambhira, Mahaprabhu was particularly inspired by the songs of Chandidas and Vidyapati, and this person was Vidyapati. Advaita Acharya would have also met with Chandidas and other great devotees. He was so powerful. We pray at his lotus feet to kindly bestow his mercy. By his mercy, we can know Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his teachings, and the purpose of his descent. In this way, our hearts may melt. Mahaprabhu's gift of bhakti. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mercifully came to distribute Unatojvala Ras, the same prem he had given when he had last advented on earth long, long ago on the previous day of Brahma. By increasing the quality of our chanting, we will develop pure affection for Sri Krishna, and bhakti will enter into our heart. At that time, we will have realization of this Unatojvala Ras. One second, just checking. Hari Bol, Ganga Didi and Savitri. Savitri Didi, Hare Krishna. All of our acharyas have warned us not to depend on our worldly intelligence because it will not help us attain our goal of life. We try to increase our love and affection for the Supreme Lord by chanting, remembering, and performing devotional activities. Thus, Shuddha Sattva, pure unalloyed goodness, will descend from Goloka Vrindavan and enter our hearts, and then we will clearly understand all spiritual truths. Try to hear and also try to have realization of what you are hearing by your practice of bhakti. We have a tendency to trust our mental calculations and speculations, but these will not help us attain our goal. Sri Shankaracharya has taught, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam Muramate, Samprape Sanihit. I don't know. Samprapte sanihite kalu marane, nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karane. No, is that right? I don't think so. I have to check this. Okay. You intellectual fools, just worship Govinda, just worship Govinda, just worship Govinda. Your grammatical knowledge and word jugglery will not save you at the time of death. One of Shankaracharya's many disciples was about 100 years old. One day he was repeating the dhatu, the verbal root grammar rules. Sa, to, te, that's prefixes of vyakaran or grammar. Sa, to, te is prefixes? Okay. Shankaracharya told him, your hair has become white, your teeth have fallen out, your eyesight has gone, and now you are foolishly reciting all these rules of Vyakaran, Anuswar, and Visarga. This will not save you. You should chant, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. There is no value on depending on our intellectual capacity or any other material facility. Our success is in associating with bona fide Vaishnavas, bona fide gurus. If we see that our guru is not qualified, we may take any Mahabhagavat devotee as a Shiksha guru. If we have faith in that pure Vaishnav, we should give our heart to him at once and take Diksha and Shiksha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Gaya and offered his heart at the lotus feet of Sri Ishwarapuri, saying, having taken initiation from you, and having received your association, I am satisfied. My entire life has now become successful. There will be many problems in our life, but solving them will not help us fulfill our goal. Our primary problem is how to achieve pure bhakti. If this is not solved, we will become absorbed in politics, money-making, and acquiring name and fame. This will also not help or protect us, even if we are in a big group. So try to do as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Advaita Acharya have done. Follow all the teachings of Sri Chaitanya, Srila Rupa, Srila Sanatan, and all the other Gosvamis. I am now going to explain the last two lines from this same verse, beginning with Anarpita Charim Chirat. Hari Purata Sundara Duti Kadamba Sandipitaha Sada hridaya kandare spuratu va Sachinandana. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 1:4. Sachinandan Gaur Hari is Hari himself. Hari refers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Here, Srila Rupa Goswami refers to him not as Hari, but as Sachinandan. His mother, Shachima, was very merciful to everyone, so it must be concluded that her son, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also had that quality. He may have sometimes appeared to be very hard-hearted, as in his pastimes with Chota Haridas and Kala Krishnadas. Isn't it Chota Haridas? I think it might be long A. I don't know. I have to look that up. And also with Prataparudra Maharaj, to whom he would not give his darshan. At that time, he was not interested in taking the advice of Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu, Rai Ramananda, Sarup Damodar, or even Paramananda Puri, who was on the level of his guru. He told them, I am living in Puri in the renounced order of life. If you desire wealth and reputation, you can associate with Prataparudra Maharaj, but I have no interest in these things. Unless we are strict like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we cannot achieve pure bhakti. Still, Srila Rupa Goswami prays, O Prabhu, if you evaluate my qualification, you'll see that my situation is forever hopeless. But I know that as the son of Shachima, you are by nature kind-hearted, and because you cannot give up this quality, you will not consider whether or not I am qualified for your mercy. Among all qualities, being supremely merciful, Parama Karuna, is a most superior quality of Sri Krishna and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Is a most superior? Is the most superior? Is a most. That doesn't sound like proper English. I don't know. They are always kind to everyone. Yeah, anyways, let me just say. They are always kind to everyone. Srila Rupa Goswami is therefore praying, O Shachinandan, you are Hari himself, with the beauty and mood of Srimati Radhika. You are so merciful. You want to give your mercy to all living entities, even if, like Jagai and Madhai, they are fallen souls who have no qualification at all. Hari Purata Sundara. The word Hari has so many meanings. Hari means Krishna himself, who steals the heart and mind of everyone. Hari also means monkey. I don't know if it's a what. Oops. Anyways. Hari also means monkey. In this connection with this above mentioned verse, it means a very powerful line. Yeah, Hari also means lion. Srila Rupa Goswami therefore prays, O Shachinandan Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as mad elephants flee when a lion roars, so when you roar with your Harinam Sankirtan, the mad elephants are the results of past sinful activities and offenses committed to Vaishnavas, which can immediately uproot the creeper of bhakti and dry it up forever, also flee. Our offenses are like mad elephants. Śrīmad Bhagavatam explains that if one offends any pure devotee by criticizing him, abusing him, beating him, not being very happy to see him, or by not welcoming or showing respect to him by standing as he enters or leaves a place, such a person is committing an offense. Like a mad elephant, this offense will destroy all one's power, piety, beauty, knowledge, intelligence, wealth, etc. Such an offender is not even qualified to go to hell. A bigger and more miserable hell will have to be created just for him. We should try to understand this. The lion like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, lives in a very dark cage, our heart. If we remember, glorify, and perform kirtan for him, his roar will destroy all mad elephants, all elephantine offenses. Without his mercy, it is not possible to become free from sinful reactions. Not even Sri Krishna can make this possible. Haribol? Sorry, guys. Wow, you waited there. I don't know how long it's been out for. Thanks for being so patient, though. Has it been a really long time? I don't even know. Anyways, let me share my screen again. Yeah. Yeah, how long? I don't know what you missed. Anyways, I'm just going to read from here. Rupa Goswami has given the meaning of the entire 4th chapter in this verse, describing the purpose of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's advent. Now I would like to hear the explanation and meaning given by Srila Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja. Devotee reads Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, chapter 3, verses 4 to 6. Text. May that Lord who is known as the son of Srimati Shachi Devi be transcendently situated in the innermost core of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he is descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Purport. This is a quotation from Vidagdha Madhav, a drama compiled and edited by Srila Goswami. I have given the essential meaning of the 4th verse. This incarnation to printing of the holy name and spread love of text. Although this is true, this is but reason for the Lord's incarnation. Please hear one other reason, the confidential reason for the Lord's appearance. In the 3rd chapter, 4th verse, it has been clearly said that Lord Chaitanya appeared to distribute love of Krishna and the chanting of his transcendental holy name, Hare Krishna. This was a secondary purpose of Lord Chaitanya's appearance. The real reason is different. Hari Bol, sorry about that. I don't know what's wrong with my Wi-Fi. Oh God. Anyways, hopefully it doesn't do that again. Okay, thanks, Manjari, that's helpful. Try to hear this. Oh wow, you guys have been waiting for a while. Okay, let me share my screen again. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. We can get through it. Okay. Try to hear this. This is the true glory of Srila Bhaktivedānta Swami Maharaj, that he is an intimate associate and follower of Srila Rupa Gosvāmī. Devotee again reads Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, that part. Although this is true, this is but the external reason for the Lord's incarnation. Please hear one other reason, the confidential reason for the Lord's appearance. And Gurudev again. It is important for us to read Chaitanya Charitamrita and become familiar with this information. Devotees must understand all these explanations. All respectable and serious Vaishnavas must know them. Devotees are not meant to simply collect money and make plans. Everyone must certainly do some service according to this tendency, but all dignified should also carefully understand Srila Bhaktivedānta Swami Maharaj's innermost purpose for coming to this world. Devotee reads from that same section. Should say devotee continues. I don't know. Summary. In this chapter of the epic Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has stressed that Lord Chaitanya appeared for three principal purposes of his own. The first purpose was to relish the position of Srimati Radharani, who is the prime reciprocator of transcendental love of Sri Krishna. Lord Krishna is the reservoir of transcendental loving transactions with Srimati Radharani. The subject of those loving transactions is the Lord himself, and Radharani is the object. Thus the subject, the Lord, wanted to relish the loving mellow in the position of the object, Radharani. The second reason of his appearance was to understand the transcendental mellow of himself. Lord Krishna is all sweetness. Radharani's attraction for Krishna is sublime, and to experience that attraction and to understand the transcendental sweetness of himself, he accepted the mentality of Radharani. The third reason that Lord Chaitanya appeared was to enjoy the bliss tasted by Radharani. The Lord thought that undoubtedly Radharani enjoyed his company and he enjoyed the company of Radharani. But the exchange of transcendental mellow between the spiritual couple was more pleasing to Srimati Radharani than to Sri Krishna. Radharani felt more transcendental pleasure in the company of Krishna than he could understand. You guys are unbelievably patient. Thank you so much for waiting. I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi. I need to contact the company and complain. This is just too much. We're at the very last page. It's so frustrating. Hopefully we can just get through this last page and it won't cut out again. This is really, thank you for your patience. I probably wouldn't be so patient. Okay. Let's see, where did it cut out? Okay. Radharani felt more transcendental pleasure in the company of Krishna. So this is Srila Prabhupada's purport again. Radharani felt more transcendental pleasure in the company of Krishna than he could understand without taking her position. But for Sri Krishna to enjoy in the position of Radharani was impossible, because that position was completely foreign to him. Krishna is a transcendental male, and Radharani is a transcendental female. Therefore, to know the transcendental pleasure of loving Krishna, Lord Krishna himself appeared as Lord Chaitanya, except in bodily luster of Srimati Radharani. Lord Chaitanya appeared to fulfill three confidential desires and to preach the special significance of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and to answer the Krita Prabhu. These were secondary reasons. Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami was the principal figure among Lord Chaitanya's confidential devotees. The records of his diary have revealed these confidential purposes of the Lord. These revelations have been confirmed by the statements of Srila Rupa everybody. Oh, God. This is too much. I'm just on the last paragraph. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste. It's just one. It's not even a full page. Because I don't, or maybe I'm just going to read it out loud and I'll see if it cuts out again. Okay. Anyways, I think I might just paste on